What's up, my friends? Jonah Schwickert here. Hope you're doing great. And today I'm gonna teach you a 4-step system to actually play both hands together. It's gonna be huge. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or you just want to boost your hand independence. So if you're completely new to Boogie Woogie, this will be great for you to start with, because you might not know this, hand independence is the biggest challenge and the biggest destroyer. If a student doesn't conquer it, they give up at some point. I've seen this time and time again. So we're tackling it today with 4 exercises, easy peasy. And make sure to stick around for exercise 4. The 4th one is personally my favorite and the one I see the most success with my students. It's so fun, it's so random. You've probably never heard of this before, but it works so well. But don't skip to it, because you have to work your way through the exercises to build your way up. Trust me, we have to go step by step in Boogie Woogie and Blues. Doesn't matter the level you're at, go through all of them in chronological order. I placed them like this for a reason. But yeah, make sure you don't miss exercise 4. It's my favorite and a lot of my students' favorites too. And the first thing we're gonna do is I'm just gonna refresh you. In Boogie Woogie, we're always following this thing called the 12-bar blues progression. That's the structure that we follow. It's the music styles progression that we follow in a certain order. And just to refresh you, we play a bass line through this 12-bar blues progression. That means, let's say we're playing the chop. I've taught this before. If you don't know this bass line, you can try learning it here, or you go through one of my other lessons. I have a lot of lessons, free lessons. This is the chop, all right? We play it 4 times on C, the root key. We're playing in the key of C, 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3. And then we go to F 2 times, 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4. Back to C, also 2 times, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And then to G, 1 time, F 1 time, back to C 2 times. So that is the 12-bar blues progression. If you can't play any bass line, go in the description below. I have a Boogie Woogie cheat sheet. It's a huge resource that includes the notes and fingering and pattern of this bass line. So you can learn it without sheet music as a total beginner if you don't know this bass line. So grab that right now. You click the link and you put in your email. You get it sent to you for free. It's a PDF. You can print it out then. But yeah, next, let's actually look at the 4-step independence protocol I got for you today. Because once we got the bass line, we gotta put something on the right hand, following the 12-bar blues progression. But before we're actually gonna play anything on the right hand, we're not even gonna touch the keyboard first, because this is where most get it wrong. They instantly play. They start playing instantly when the hand independence is non-existent. What we're gonna do is something I call the hand of God technique, which basically means you're building up your right hand slowly, step by step, to reach the point where you can easily play something on it. And the way that starts is to play a bass line on the left hand and to start looking at your hand. That's it, just looking at it. And then you can start slowly turning it a little bit, just like this. And you're gonna follow the 12-bar blues progression, just to get that into your system. We need it in your subconscious while you turn your hand. You can then start moving your fingers a little bit with your right hand. Don't overdo it. Nice and slow. Turn it again. Wave your fingers again. Try to stay controlled. So that was 12 entire bars. And that is step 1. And trust me, doing this, you'll feel it's not that easy. And that's exactly what we need. That's how we grow, right? Through this challenge. You want to do this for a whole day, okay? Watch the rest of the lesson now, but come back to it tomorrow after just doing this for, let's say, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, because we need time on one thing isolated. We have to hardcore focus on one thing and then move on to the next. That's more effective than doing 10 things at the same time, each like 2 minutes. It's way more effective to do 10 minutes, one thing. You know, Bruce Lee said, "I'm not afraid of the man who practices 1,000 kicks 10,000 times. I'm afraid of the man who practices one kick 10,000 times." Something like that, right? Same idea here. One thing, but long and focused on that, and you mastered it, okay? So, once you did this, we're gonna move into step number 2. Step number 2 will involve our hand on the keyboard, but not in the way that you might expect it. Because now, when we're more free with this hand, we're gonna start literally just wiping off dust off of our keyboard, okay? While we play that bass line through the 12-bar blues. I have a bit of dust here. You can also do it on the keys. And you'll see this is very challenging, especially when you're following the 12-bar blues. So you definitely want to build your way into this and go slow, right? Take it easy. We're multitasking. Your wife will be happy. We're practicing and cleaning. Wow. And if you lose the 12-bar blues, no big deal, right? Just keep going with this stuff. Wiping off. Might get thrown out of it at some point. That's fine. Start it up again. Go a little slower and just do the same thing. Remember, we're just trying to nail this bass line, the 12-bar blues progression, and the hand independence in, right? So this is the second step, right? So do this one for a day, or at least like 10 minutes. But watch to the end first, and then come back tomorrow, okay? And by the way, if you want these exercises also in front of you, I mentioned this earlier, I think, I have a free Boogie Woogie cheat sheet that also includes hand independence exercises. So you can definitely download that, and then you'll have this even without the video running. You'll have a PDF, and you can look at each exercise, like moving the hand, waving the fingers, cleaning the piano, and more, to really just work on your hand independence all the time. So I suggest you grab that right now before continuing with step 3 and 4, where we're actually going to go on the piano with our hand. Yeah, you should definitely get that right now. It's completely free. I just send it to your email. And I'll wait for you here while you do that. Great, let's go with step number 3. So step number 3 is actually going to involve us playing something in the right hand. We're going to play a chord. This is a chord. This is called a C6 chord, all right? This is what we're gonna play on C. On F, we're going to play this chord, right? And on G, we're going to play this chord. So you might want to take some time to just ingrain these chords. They're also in the cheat sheet, by the way. So if you grab that, you can see these chords visually outlined, so you can just copy paste it. That'll be very easy for you. And once you got the chords in your fingers, we're going to start playing them just on beat number 1 first. That's beat 1, 3, and 4, and 1. Go. Then we're gonna start playing them on beat 1 and 3. We're doubling the amount we're playing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3. To F. You would take each of these micro steps within this step number 3 through the 12-bar blues progression, by the way. After that, you will play each quarter note. So that's 4 beats. You're doubling it again. You play on beat 1, 2, 3, and 4. You go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 way up all these different rhythms, right? And that's it. Take that through the 12-bar blues progression. Next, you're going to be playing on each eighth note, so you're doubling again. We go from 1 to 2, then we go to 4, now we go to 8. So that's 8 times per bar. Now everything will be matching up with both hands. There's no more pauses on both hands. Sounds like this. So on. That is step number 3. Okay? You can also, just a little bonus, you can increase the difficulty by doing triplets. Goes like this. So you can just copy paste that rhythm there, but triplets are a little harder. So if that's 2 above your level, just stick to the rhythms we did. We did 4 rhythms, right? We did, just go back to the, rewind a little bit if you need to hear it again. But that's step 3, right? So you would do this for, I would say, 2 days, right? Let's say 1 to 3 days. You can do 1 day on 2 of the rhythms, then 1 day on 2 of the other rhythms, something like this, right? To build your way into step 4, which we're gonna look at right now. And step 4 is the most fun, actually. I love step 4. This is such a fun thing, and I'll show you what I mean by that. We're gonna go through the 12-bar blues progression, and on the right hand, we're not gonna adhere to any rules, no rules at all, nothing, because we're not practicing sounding good right now. We're practicing control and independence. And doing that works the best if you just really teach your brain, hey, you can play every type of rhythm whenever you want without losing that baseline groove and the 12-bar blues. That's why we're gonna play random rhythms and random notes on the right hand here with the baseline going. Check it out. And this is not gonna sound good, so make sure you do this when your wife or husband is not home. And you can do any keys. And you'll see, you might think this is easy peasy, but you're gonna lose your groove now and then. And you can stick to one shape, right? You can have your hand in this shape. And then what I want you to do is just do a bunch of different rhythms. So that's rhythms. Let's go for other rhythms. Like I said, this is not to sound good. This is just to train your hand independence. So drop the perfectionism, right? Just have fun with this. Just like you're like a kid on a playground, right? This teaches you so much, guys. This also teaches you improvisation, because in improvisation, this is all you're doing. You're changing up rhythm. Of course, not random notes. You'll have like shapes that you stick to, but you're just going to be changing up the rhythm of them and the order that you play them in. So this gets you into improvisation as a beginner. How amazing is this exercise? So this is the one you should be spending a lot of time on, and the second one. But remember, work your way into these. Start with the first, second, third, and then the fourth, just so you can have a nice flowing time with this, okay? Now, remember to grab the cheat sheet for all of this stuff outlined in a PDF. You can print it out, and it also has the baseline pattern. And I have will have a 5-day Boogie Woogie Hand Independence crash course, where you learn a baseline, everything about the baseline, and how to take it from 0 to hero with hand independence. So I suggest you go below into the description, grab the cheat sheet as well as the free 5-day crash course. You can sign up for that. It's completely free, and that'll also really boost your hand independence even more in accompaniment with this video, okay? So I might have it already up, maybe if it's not up, check back in a week or something, because I'm working on it right now. But yeah, sign up to that. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you had fun with these 4 steps. Remember to redo this lesson and do my other lessons, especially the full Boogie Woogie grooves. I have a bunch of those. You should work through all of those as well. And remember, guys, embrace mistakes, because through the mistakes you learn. There is no other way. And go slow, stay controlled. Control breeds, slow tempo breeds control, and control gives you speed, right? That's how you reach a fast boogie woogie level. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.